GM und herzlich willkommen zu Episode 11 von Kryptoticker, der Podcast. Wusstest du, dass die Schlümpfe eine höhere Brand Recognition haben als Nike oder Coca Cola? Ich bisher auch nicht. Aber diese Info habe ich von Arthur auf der NFT Paris gekriegt. Arthur muss es wissen. Er ist Co-Founder und CMO bei Smurfs Society und Smurf ist der englische Name für die Schlümpfe und ja, wir reden von DEN Schlümpfen. Das Projektteam hat die Markenrechte an den Schlümpfen erworben und bringt sie jetzt ins Web 3. Ich spreche mit Arthur natürlich darüber, wie sie es geschafft haben, die Markenrechte zu kaufen, was dafür neben dem nötigen Kleingeld noch so notwendig war, wie der Mint ablaufen wird und welche Utilities es so gibt. Außerdem sprechen wir über die Partnerschaft zu The Sandbox und anderen bekannten Namen in der Szene und natürlich viele mehr. Viel Spaß mit Episode 11 und Arthur von der Smurfs Society. Arthur, pleasure having you here.
Good to be here.
Yeah, you're marketing director for Smurfs Society, right?
Indeed, yeah.
Okay.
Pleasure to be in NFT Paris and meeting you guys.
Perfect. Okay, before we actually talk about Smurfs Society, right? You just mentioned it. We're at NFT Paris here. Give me a wrap up. What's your take? How did you like it?
So far, I think there's more pros than cons, which is always good.
Okay.
Especially in a bad market, we want some positive. I think it's quite amazing knowing that last year they had 500 people.
This year, what, 10,000?
Yeah, I think we had overall 10,000 people, so it's quite big, quite a big attendance. It's fun. I think it's, the only cons are about the popularity of the thing, which is, it's a happy problem.
Yeah, exactly. Happy problem. All right. Okay. Then tell me a bit about Smurf Society. We're actually talking about Smurf is not just a made up, it's the Smurfs.
The Smurfs, yeah, official project. We actually have the IP for it. It's more than just buying the IP. It's we had to pitch for it and convincing the owners, the right owners, that we were about to do something interesting.
You were worthy.
Yeah, worthy to bring the Web 2 audience into Web 3 and the Smurfs especially.
Who owns it?
So it's a family company. So Peyo is the guy who created the comics and all the things, and now it's a company, but the company is I think managed by the grandson, maybe just the son.
Yeah.
Based in Brussels. We're based in Brussels as well.
Ah, okay.
So it's still family owned. Yeah.
Okay. And tell me a bit about the project. So you bought the IP rights. You said you had to pitch to really, right?
Yeah. So basically, step back is we had an idea of that community. Long story short, we were quite moved or touched by the Wall Street bets that happened during COVID time, and for once, in real life, David beating Goliath, a community beating two investment funds. Yeah, and we've been the founders and myself in the ecosystem for quite a long time. I think Web3 and NFT itself is the best technology for a community to own and govern itself.
Yeah.
And it's not really to disrupt sustainability, but more to enhance it. There was something that really touched us in what's next after we've all done some fun entrepreneurship ventures. Next is what we do after being successful in business. How do we do great in the charity business? And NFT, I think, is a great technology, and doing good needs to be the full audience or worldwide. And so we believe that a known IP rather than creating an IP is the best way to combine both worlds.
Okay, but that probably wasn't cheap.
It wasn't, and we had to be convincing as well. So it's a lot of money because is
it public? Is it known?
It's I think worldwide the recognition of the brand is 93%. So it's actually more known than Nike or Coca Cola.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't know that. Long story short, I think during China is a big audience for them because they were allowed to display the Smurfs on TV during the whole Cold War. So it's quite well known. It's huge.
Ah, okay.
And expensive, and they're doing actually quite an amazing job as maintaining the branding and the structure itself. So you have to pitch. and make sure that what you're gonna do with the brand is gonna fit the whole spectrum.
All right, give me the pitch. What did you pitch them?
Pitch is basically we all there to make sure that world rather be better in the end than not, and it's to create a community. And Web3 allows you, the pitch is Smurf was watched, you could consume it through either suites or brands and stuff like that, and Web3 allows you to own it and to be one, and to be able to play as a Smurf rather than and own the achievements of that Smurf. Three main pillars of the pitch is basically gamification as a community engager. We have some fun stuff. We created a big game, more game coming on. We want the message of sustainability to be embraced by artists, and you might have seen a huge 3.5 meter high Smurf.
Yeah, I saw a really big initially fully white Smurf. That was then later on with a lot of coverage or a lot of cheering people sprayed with graffiti from some artists.
Indeed,
right?
It's André being our first partner as an artist, painted the Smurf, did a live painting. And I think we have signed 13 next artists for such stuff, which is fun. Third pillar, artists, we believe that the voice and echo as an image can be embraced by them. And then lastly is a DAO for our community. So after drop, to be able to decide if and how they want to empower and make the world a better place.
Okay, so we've got three pillars. You have gamification, which is eventually game, right?
Yeah.
We have the art.
Yeah.
And we have, what's the third?
DAO and funding concrete sustainable actions.
Okay. And you guys are not yet mintable, right? I mean, we're currently on the 25th of February at NFT Paris, right? When will you mint?
Good news. End of April, full mint. It's going to happen in 2 batches. It's all auction, so it's market that decides the price. So
that would have been my next question. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be the bucket list. Bucket list principle, I guess.
Yeah, but explain it a bit.
Bucket list is it's basically you decide how much you want to bid for example 1 ether. Let's be a utopist, and if it goes for less, then you receive more than if it goes for 0.5, you receive 2 NFTs. But you only have the amount. So for that auction, it's going to be 5,000 PFPs. You need to be on the top 5,000 in order to get something. Which is it's nice because it's market price and accessible to all, and still a bit innovative or different, not innovative.
Okay. Yeah. So then that's the mint, right? So it's mid-end of April.
Yeah.
Price is not decided because it will be decided during the actual mint, and you have 2 mint waves, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we have the gamification today, which is finishing tomorrow, is the allow list way to the way to get an allow list, a discounted allow list, which is kind of an indication of the market price, because the allow list is an NFT, so it's being traded today on the secondary. So if you know the discount you get per ticket plus how the price is being traded for, you have a close idea of what it should be.
Okay.
And so we have it's a split 50-50 with the allow listing and then the bucket list.
Okay, and the next steps after mint?
This
is only the start, right?
Yeah, it's only the start. It's only been 1 year. It's one incredibly long year, but. Mint creation of the DAO. We're gonna fund a serious project just to showcase the direction we want to do.
Yeah.
Then we have a new app coming in with a bunch of utilities and loads of partnerships, such as Avigotchi and communities like this, plus the artists, in order to engage as much as possible and give perks to the owners.
Yeah, okay. What's the art aspect about it? You said there are currently 4 artists, if I
Yeah, 13
artists.
Yeah,
okay.
indeed. So we're creating as a second layer, let's say, what we call the Creators Club, where we want people to use the Smurfs as a medium. So you mentioned you saw a big white Smurf. This is for us. I mean, this would even be an advanced medium. It can be digital, but the Smurf as a medium, and then for creators to take it and use it and to create or to push the message they want to push through it. And then with main project, the first project would be, so we have 10K PFP plus 2.5K made by artists, which is the same series, but 2,500 PFP will be done by André, by Orlinski, for example. A lot of, we have Gruyère, this is the guy who created the artistic direction of Star Wars and stuff like that.
Okay, not bad.
Old guy, sweet guy, lovely, amazing guy. And so we have, this is for the program of the Creators Club. And then we have a bunch of stuff that maybe will be less monetized, but will be able for people like you and I to create around the Smurfs, and in the end being able to create assets and utilities in the game app we're going to create, and then we have a bunch of other programs that will drop in.
Moment. Jetzt gibt's erstmal ein bisschen Werbung. Und zwar für Kryptoticker. Kryptoticker ist nämlich viel mehr als dieser Podcast. Kryptoticker ist die Community rund um Web3, Kryptowährungen, NFTs und allem, was dazugehört. Bereits seit 2015 kümmert sich das Team von Kryptoticker darum, Neulingen und Profis eine Heimat im Kryptospace zu bieten. Auf cryptoticker.io findest du jeden Tag neue Artikel und Insights, prall gefüllt mit News, Tipps, Hintergrundinfos und spannenden Einblicken. Im Kryptoticker Discord kannst du dich mit Tausenden von Gleichgesinnten austauschen, Fragen stellen, Kontakte knüpfen und vieles mehr. Schau am besten jetzt gleich in die Shownotes rein, denn da findest du alle Links zu Kryptoticker und kannst direkt ein Teil der Community werden. Und jetzt weiterhin viel Spaß mit Kryptoticker, der Podcast.
Can you give me like something of a feeling for it? Because I mean, I know how the Smurfs look, right?
Yeah.
But how can you put that as a PFP?
It's a good question. I'm not going to spoil too much,
okay,
but it's the good stuff. It's because it's so old. You have a lot of room to dust them.
Okay.
It's all 3D, individually made, and the artistic director is Cédric Hervé, who is the artistic director of Daft Punk. So he took the way of the collection. You have 250 different characters. Some of, let's say, the Genesis lore, so the Papa Smurf and stuff like that. And then you have, of course,
Papa Smurf. You will not change,
yeah,
right?
You will not change. The Smurf head will still be the same, with a lot of different skins. They will all be unique. And then, of course, you have.
Do you have Gargamel?
You don't have Gargamel. Gargamel is later, but I'm not supposed to say that. It's step 2. But you will have all the more modern aspect. We created around 50 new Smurfs that were validated by the company, by the rights holder.
That's nice.
So they're official Smurfs that you will be able to own.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that.
Yeah,
I do like that. Okay, so how did you get in that position? I mean, did you know those people? Were you part of the team from the beginning onwards, or?
I joined a bit after the funding part, and I joined. One of the funder told everyone else, Arthur sometimes has interesting ideas.
Yeah.
And it was
you sometimes become creative.
Yeah, sometimes I'm creative. There's a lot of work, and I met them through and through, all the colleagues or contacts through partnerships. And I have to say, it was the team first rather than the project. Amazing team. We've been working incredibly hard, and it's an incredible. I think it's a strong project, strong IP in order to get back into NFTs, knowing the market today.
Yeah. The market is not the best, but I feel like it has been worse.
Yeah, it's stabilizing.
It's stabilizing. It's stabilizing.
Yeah. Foundations are being met again. I think it's interesting, but I think really the long vision and the short product. Let's say the why, how, what, the golden circle is quite met in this project, which convinced me to join them.
Okay. And I assume your days have been rather long in the last weeks.
Month. Month,
Okay,
yeah.
month. Okay.
Yeah.
How does your typical day look like? I mean, marketing director, okay, but
It's Mondays, Tuesdays, all the problems solving. Rest of the week is wondering how I'm going to set time aside for the long-term strategy.
Okay.
And basically, it's a big team. It's intense, but we have to transform stress into excitement. And as long as you can do it, then it becomes a fun job.
Okay, that sounds nice. All right. You mentioned something with partnerships. I think Avigotchi you mentioned.
Indeed.
Others.
Leinster. Do we have?
Yeah.
We started actually. We launched with Leinster because the values and the core team is the best in order to show. To provide what Web3 should be as a social media or social media in Web3. We partnered with Ledger, with Sandbox actually. Bunch of them.
Like a playable experience, or what did you do with Sandbox?
At the beginning, it was exchanging and providing with them. And Sandbox, we have quite a cool thing coming on. Is with our holders, they will be able to voxelize into the Sandbox.
Cool.
And we'll do a big treasure hunt in the Sandbox for the in the Sandbox they have the Smurf village. Exploring and having a big quest over there. The point is, I think today, rather than just, the speculative time is gone. Now it's engagement and focusing on the community and make sure that it's being treated and rewarded well.
Okay, that sounds actually really interesting. Let me finish with the good old either or game. You just say whatever you like, more Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Ethereum.
Okay, Twitter or LinkedIn?
Twitter.
OpenSea or Blur?
I have to say Blur. No, it's a pretty strong move from them. I'm impressed. And okay, can I be a bit longer?
Yeah.
I'm an OpenSea user since I saw the what they did a couple of days ago, and I have to say kudos to them. Okay. You have to be able to destabilize Goliath again.
Yeah. Okay. Bored Ape Yacht Club or CryptoPunk?
Cryptos.
Croissant or pain au chocolat?
In France they say either pain au chocolat or chocolatine, but I have to say croissant. I love the aspect of when you buy croissant, you buy 50% air.
But really tasty air.
Tasty air. It's French air.
It's
croissant
French air.
All the way.
Okay, perfect. All right. All the best with the Smurfs.
Thank you so much,
I definitely
man.
put everything in the show notes. Have fun at NFT Paris, and maybe you can drink a few beers tonight.
I think we should share one.
Okay, we can do that. All right. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Vielen Dank fürs Zuhören. Wenn euch die Folge gefallen hat, dann lasst uns gerne ein Like da, klickt auf Abonnieren, macht eine Bewertung oder was euch sonst so einfällt. Damit helft ihr uns ziemlich. Und jetzt einen schönen restlichen Tag, Abend oder Morgen und bis zum nächsten Mal.